Okay, time to see what we're gonna do in this Battanian tournament. I think I can do okay in a two-handed tournament now. Well, let's see. All right. It looks like there's only one lord, two lords. Okay, I know Corinne is fast. She's very speedy. She's small and speedy. We'll see how this. I don't know what he was doing. Looks like he was running for our archers. Yep. Oh, I thought that was my guy. Look at him. He's excellent at blocking. I wish I was good at blocking, but I'm just not when it comes to the weapon blocking. Look at her. Look at her. I told you she's fast and speedy. I knew it. She's already bloodied though, luckily. She's a wife choice sometimes, I believe. I tend to, whoever I choose as a spouse, whether it's male or female, I tend to make them my archer captain. Alright, these big,
run while you can.
These things got swing through, so you can hit more than one enemy with them. Of course, you got to actually be in range. Battanian hero. Now, I like to do a thrust starting because that throws them off their game. Notice he dropped his guard. He couldn't block that. When I have a two-handed sword, I like that right off the bat. Why did I know I'd be facing her? The thrust right off the bat tends to catch him off guard. And that's probably the most difficult to block from a mechanical standpoint. Although if they can block the tip of a spear, I don't know why they couldn't block this. Alright, at any rate, let's sell those because I do not want them. It's not that they're bad weapons, it's just that the throwing stack of 3 when the javelins I'm going to wind up using will be 5. You just get so much more bang for the buck. Because even if those had a little bit more damage to them, if I could throw 5 weapons that produced just a little bit and together they were more damage than the 3, you'd go with the 5 every time. Because you also get more experience every time you throw and hit with them. Alright, let's find out where the next tournament is. And then I'll take a gander at that leaderboard. We were only 3 off the leader last time I checked. Alright, we'll go to Carban Seth because that's north of us. Let's see if we're still 3 off. Yep. So we got to win 2 more to move into 3 more to win into. I like that it's a Sturgeon that's number 2. That bodes well. Let's go up to Carban Seth. I think that Maranath is the capital, if you will, of the Battanians, but I always thought it should be Carban Seth because it sits right at the top of this mountain. I believe this is a volcanic crater, and this is the ridge, and that's the center of it. It's not active, but this sits right at the top, and I always thought this should be the capital. All right, we're going to have to wait till tomorrow. There is a tournament here, of course, so we'll wait. There's the rooster. Go to the arena. Judgment. That is a judgment. I think that's a mace. A mace, which I obviously don't want. Yes. Alright, Nevig the Lucky. Let's see how lucky you are. Not wearing any hat. Wrong block, buddy. Thank goodness. Because he was a lot more agile. Didn't have that heavy armor. or as heavy armor as I have on. Again, not going to fiddle around with trying to shoot a bow. This is really bad about getting 4-on-1 if you stand around in this two-handed match, because everybody goes down so fast in a two-handed match. Alright. I just realized I had 2 lords on my team. Did the enemy? Yeah, they did. Okay. Now we got to fight those 2 lords. But Oathsworn is the top of the line Battanian infantry troop. Oh, what a swing! I'm going to wind up 2-on-1, I know it. Doggone it. Oh! Lucky. Ah! I got to stop saying I know it. Maybe I should say I suspect it. That one hit, if she'd have hit 3 hits from her, would have put me out, provided they wasn't any more damage than that one. I keep saying her. I don't know if it was a male or female. Both males, I guess. Again, I'm going to try to thrust right off the bat. Yep. Oh, step to the side. There we go. Two-handed is 40. That mace might be worth 800? 600. Eh. Alright, again, check the food. Anything less than 2? Nope. Let's see what perk we got here. Handling of two-handed weapons. Now, damage to shields with two-handed weapons, and my infantry formation gets damage to shields. So that's definitely what we're going to go for, woodshop. Apparently I gained a level and wasn't paying attention. So we're going to add that early on, it is. So we're going to add it to the endurance because I want to be able to get athletics higher. 3 is going to be too low. And what are we coming up close on? Nothing really. So I will put it in athletics again. And find out where the next tournament is. Alright, Sianan and Varcheg. Well, we'll go to Sianan and then maybe make our way to Varcheg, and then we'll be back in Sturgian lands. I got it. It's very surprising to me that we made the entire circuit of Calradia and didn't lose any troops going down through the Khuzaits and across the Azerite and then back up to here. Of course, we've only been doing tournaments mostly. We've only had about maybe 5 or 8 field battles, campaign battles, map battles. Let's see what we got here. Pertaining to a horse. Well, that should be worth maybe 12 to 13,000, something like that. That'll help out after buying that workshop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lords. That's why it's a noble thoroughbred. Okay. Noble mount with 5 lords. It's considered a good prize. I would much rather have armor or something of that nature, but hey, we'll take what we can get. Woo! You know what? I'm gonna. Where did it go? I was gonna pick up this two-handed weapon, but it disappeared. That's been a problem in the beta now. Is especially arrows, things disappearing entirely too fast. You saw that was just, as soon as he hit the ground, it disappeared. Good, go that way so I can engage from the back since I'm not using a shield. Alright. That disappearing items is very noticeable in sieges when you're running out of arrows, when you're attacking. You don't have arrow barrels outside. And the enemy arrows are just dropping or disappearing so fast you don't have time to pick up a lot of them. Ooh. Did he have a two-handed weapon here? Nope, that's a sparring broadsword. Okay. I would try to pick up the two-handed to further get more experience using the two-handed, since you can get one-handed experience everywhere. Mostly here for two-handed, since I can't afford a two-handed weapon yet. If I was going to get a two-handed sword, my favorite is the Botanian Mountain Blade. And sticking with Botania, if I couldn't get that, I would try the Falx. I don't know how that's pronounced, F-A-L-X. But axes, I generally get the one. There's one that you can win. I think you win it in a tournament. It's called Avalanche. It's probably a Sturgeon tournament, but it's called Avalanche, and that's very good. That's the best one I've seen. And the other one that you can win in tournaments is called a Black Heart, I believe. And it's a slower. If I remember, the Black Heart has a swing speed of 77, and the Avalanche has a swing speed of 87 or 88. So it swings a lot faster. It's a little shorter. I think it's 116, and the Black Heart may be 119. But I prefer the Avalanche. Barring that, I will get the. Let's find out where the next. Well, let's look at the leaderboard. All right, we're now in third place, 2 away from second. Looking for, I think it's a drilled. In Sturgia, you can get it's two-handed drilled axe. And I think that's probably. All right, we're gonna go to Varcheg, since that tournament's still going on. Maybe we can. I don't know that axe will be here at this early in the game, but I'll take a look in their market. It's something drilled two-handed axe, and I think that's a pretty good bolt axe in the beginning for two-handed. Let's see what they got. Well, let's go by type and go down to two-handed. See, they don't even have any two-handed axe. Well, just that one, which is a simple sparth. That's all you have at the beginning. So it's not here. Now I do. Let's see. I've got 16. I've already bought the Max Workshops. So let's look at one-handed axes. I like that. I like this one, which I've already got. This does more damage and it's longer, but it's a little slower swing speed and handling. This is just better all around. It's a common axe. And it's lighter. And it's a weapon tier heavier. You know, you got to go for that. There's one called a spiked battle axe, but it's too early in the game to get, I guess. That's a good one-handed axe. But that commoner axe, why is a commoner axe so good? Better in every aspect. So I've got to buy it. It's only 1900. So let's take that and sell this, and we don't want to keep it locked. While we're here, let's see, is anything less than 2? No. Okay. Well, let's look at these. They're not going to have Botanian Mountain Blade either. Nope. Now, I believe the best armor in the game, the regular armor, is when it comes to gloves and feet, hands and feet, is the Botanian. And it's called, of course, it's not in the game yet. It's too early. But they're 25 or 26 on the gloves and the boots. And I think that's the best regular armor you can buy. Looking at chest pieces here, or shoulders even. 6 and 12, but it's so heavy. What about chest? 15. 10. Right now, I think what I am wearing is going to do. Let's see if they got any javelins that are better. I'm sure they do. 101 harpoon. Now harpoon I think is the best one that's going to be here as far as damage is concerned. Even though this broad blade javelin costs more, why does it cost more if it does less damage? Let's see. 101, 28. I don't know why. I guess it's longer. It's longer weapon, so it costs more. But really, I don't know that I care about the length. Let's pick up this harpoon since we can afford it. Get rid of this balanced fish. That was something we got off a Sea Raider back in the beginning. We'll lock that. Make sure I don't get rid of it. Okay. So we've got 16K. We're about to spend 3.6. And we got to wait till morning to see what they're going to offer us for the tournament. A bowman's flag. Now, I definitely want that. Anything to increase the archery, increased range damage, because we will have a few archers once we pick a side. Yeah, he shot me right through everybody. That's just oh, up your nose with a rubber hose. There's nothing here that I can pick up that will help against the horse. No spears. No javelins. I'm not going to fiddle with archery. Although it's 3-on-1, maybe I will take a few shots just to get a little bit of experience in archery. It's points. Oh well, so much for that. Sturgian Brigand. Do I got any? Yes, I do. Okay, this is excellent. One more right in the head. Boom. 109 in athletics. This time we have nothing to throw. Keeping those angles. Sturgian Heavy Spearman. Now this is what makes up approximately 60% of my infantry forces. This is what will make up approximately 60% of my infantry forces once we pick a side. These guys have a spear and they stop a horse charge in its tracks. Pair them with a 40% throwing axeman. It works out pretty good. As long as I use these perks, I get the right perks when we're getting thrown weapons. I have already bowman's flag. Yep, we want to keep that. Where's the next one? I know he said it was in Empire Town. Where are we at? Still one more to move up. Okay, let's see if there's any more here. Okay, Omor. I'm gonna go to Omor. Stay in Sturgian lands. Oh yeah, look at this. How many parties here? So this hideout has built. These Sea Raiders have built back up since we were last here. Remember, we'd pretty much wiped them out, and they needed time to recuperate. And you can see there's 6 parties now operating out of that one hideout. So after this tournament, we might run up and do a little combat. How much is... Alright, 33 on the brewery, which 175 up on the silver, which is good. It's expected the brewery is going to be low for now. Let's see what we're going to get. Standard of Duty. That is also a banner. Standard of Duty. I don't know what kind it is, though. Morale Shock. That's why I don't know what kind it is. I never use morale banners. They're not important enough to me. As long as you got food and you keep winning battles, you got high enough morale. I'd rather use the banner slot for doing damage or decreasing, taking damage, that sort of thing. All right, buddy. Okay. I think this banner, if we sell this banner, it'll only bring about 200, 230 maybe. It's a tier 1 banner. Banners have tier levels. Although I'm still unclear. For example, if you have a banner that says decreased melee damage taken, and you can have 2 of those that say the same thing, but one is meant to be for cavalry units and one is meant to be for foot soldiers, but I don't know how to tell the difference. There's nothing in game that that tells you how to tell them apart. Gosh, he is fast. I need my guy to come over and start engaging. That Unthry is very skilled. Thank God he turned his back to me. So there's a good chance I probably wind up using banners incorrectly at some point. It should be, the shape of the banner should depict what unit it's used for, but I don't know. I've never seen a breakdown of it. Oh, he moved the same way I did. That's a good sidestep, buddy. Ultimately, it's not going to help you, but it's still a good sidestep. You're 2 damaged. .303. Now, see the Bowman flag. Notice it's a inverted V here. Well, inverted depending on what you consider to be normal. And it should be that all Bowman's flags look like this: a tier 1, a tier 2, and a tier 3. But there's different. I don't think they do. They're just banners are just very confusing to me at times. I'm just unsure of exactly what unit a particular banner would go with. Obviously, this says a Bowman's flag, increased ranged damage. So this is clear. This particular one is clear that it goes to a archer. Although it says Bowman, it says it increase ranged damage. Does it also affect crossbowmen? See, that's the kind of ambiguity that I don't like about these things. Because it's a Bowman's flag, but it increased range damage. So does it also do crossbowmen and archers? Who knows? I don't know. That's for sure. If I had archers, I'd probably use it in the archer line, but I don't know that it would actually affect anything. Or bowmen, for example. Crossbowmen is what I'm trying to say. I want to ask them. Epicrotia and Agaron. Well, I will go to Epicrotia because it's closer and it keeps us close to the Sturgian territory. If we had to go all the way over here, it's just a lot further to run, and then there's a good chance it might take us back to the east, which we don't want to go right now. Oh, it's nighttime. Will it still be available in the morning? Okay. After this, if the next one takes us anywhere but north, east or northeast, northwest or north, then we'll just go back and handle some of those sea raiders. Alright, a legionary cape. Now this looks good, but it tends to not be very good stats. Yeah, 2, 7, and 9. That's not very good at all. But for roleplay purposes, if you were playing the Empire and you wanted to have that, it looks nice. Especially when you got the cloth physics enabled. Trying to get around to his back. There we go. I think I'm going to pick up his shield. Should have done that while I was standing there. Was this guy Legion? Oh! Cataphract. Yeah, this guy is more dangerous than the archer, so I'm going to concentrate on him. The archer can't do anything as long as I've got the shield, but it is a... Oh, he is tiny! Which means he's probably fast. Oh, I swung right over his head! Ah, one hit. I imagine he'd already been hit several times with that other archer. That is one of the occasional disadvantages of being such large characters. When you swing, if you're not paying attention, you can swing right over the head of your enemy. And as you can see, that's what I did right there. Of course, he was small. To be honest, that was probably the smallest character I've faced so far. Here he is right here. Let's see if we can get an idea of how small he is. Look, just look how small he is. He just looks small, even at a distance. Oop, wrong button. Look at that. Absolutely tiny. But fast. If I can step back and lure him. Ah, there we go. It apparently doesn't have a whole lot of hit points, so I think that's only the second time I hit him. We'll take a look at this cape. I don't want it. I'm not going to use it, but we'll take a look at it. Oh, let me take his shield off. Yeah. I don't like all that clipping, but hey. We'll sell that bad boy. Okay, let's see where the next one. Again, if it's not going to take us to the north, whether northeast or northwest, we're just going to go up and work on those Sea Raiders. Alright, well, we're going to go up and work on the Sea Raiders. I don't want to go south or east. Six groups operating out of that one bandit cat. And there were Sea Raiders. I probably mentioned this in one of the early videos, but they're so much easier to fight now than when they were first introduced, when the game first came out.
Yeah. What do you want with
I don't necessarily like that. I think they should be. They were the toughest bandit troop, but now they're much easier. I would prefer if they put them back to being the toughest. But I don't see that happening because so many people complained about bandits being too tough. But you don't, when you're first starting out, you didn't need to tackle these particular bandits. Because generally they're only along the coast. You got all kind of other areas to go and fight bandits. You didn't have to fight Sea Raiders. But they were reduced to a pale version of what they used to be. $71. 4 more points. Get a perk. 72. Alright, let's see if we can just run into them if nothing else. There's a good example of what I was talking about. I got 19 men standing there, and only about 5 of them have shields, and not a single one of them was hit by a javelin and died from a javelin. Normally, Sea Raiders, not normally, but in the beginning, when the game first came out, those 7 Sea Raiders would have taken out at least 10 of my regular recruits just with their javelins. Alright, 73. 2 more points. How much money? 165 gold. Take it. It didn't look like it was anything interesting as far as loot was concerned. Take a look at that shield. Nah. Okay, let's go get this other 7. Alright, I'm not... We'll just run around here since it's closer. We got that speed debuff. Well, there's 4. If we can catch them, we'll take them.
We've got no...
Let's see if I'm brave enough. I think with this new armor and the new skill set, I'll go out on foot. It's not a guaranteed that I can take any of these out with javelins since they use shields, unlike regular looters. But we'll give it a try. Now, again, using the terrain to my advantage, I'm going to go to the top of this. I'll throw a couple of javelins, and if I don't take, I don't think I will, but if I don't take anyone out, wow, that was a terrible throw. I can step down below the rim of this little rise I'm standing on, and I'll be out of their line of fire. See? Step down below like this, and then they'll have to come up and crest that. Then I can engage them one-on-one. Oh, I guess I should throw a weapon in my hand. Not that weapon. My goodness. That was terrible. Now I'm running to the right to try and block, keep that other guy from engaging me so that it's 2-on-1. By running to the right, I kept the enemy I'm fighting in between me and that other enemy. So again, using every advantage I can to win. 77. 116 and 96. Oh, we went to clan tier 2 also. That's great, which means I can buy more workshops. We don't want mounted. Here we go. +1 ammunition of throwing weapons for me and my troops. Excellent. That is good right there. Okay, how many? All right, we got 5 prisoners. Let's go back to Omor and sell them. I can also recuperate as we move, heal a little bit. $98 gold. Don't need to buy any food. Nothing here armor wise. It's better than what we have. Or weapon wise. Alright, 572. We can now go buy another workshop. We've only got 16k. We're going to wait here to recuperate a little bit and go work with those Sea Raiders some more. Clear out the area a little bit before we continue on with tournaments. And well, we've got so far just from tournaments, we've got a very good helmet, much better shoulder protection, torso protection, hand and foot protection. We haven't really got any decent weapons or a shield from tournaments. It's very occasionally you'll get a weapon from a tournament, but sometimes you do. And the ones that we have been offered have been swords, and of course I don't want a sword. So we want to continue to improve our weapons as we continue, and I don't want to pay for them if I can help it. Now granted, I did buy this and this, but I think together there was only 3,000. And since we are positive, then that's not such a big deal. I'm riding a Botanian hobby, and that's not such a bad deal either early on. Now, in the next episode, we're going to go up and continue to handle these Sea Raiders. Again, continue to increase our income. Now that we're level 2, though, we may start to consider here, not too much longer, becoming a mercenary, or maybe just straight up joining. We'll see. We'll see how things work out in the next episode. Ciao.